Okay, so let's keep going here. I apologize for that. I think quit on me again. I don't know why that always freezes up. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. Okay, when you get to number 5, okay, hopefully you guys get this right here. I'm going to read this to you guys. I want to see if you can figure out the difference. And it's a real subtle, it's not even a math question right here, okay? It says number 5, it says, write an equation of a parabola in vertex form that passes through this point and has this vertex. And they want to know, what is the equation of the parabola? What's the difference in this question? There's no picture. Now, do you need a picture? No. If you want to draw a picture, go ahead. I'm not gonna. Okay. All you need to know is the vertex is what? 3, 2. Vertex is 3, 2, and it goes through the point 13, 8. Goes through the point 13, 8. Okay. So the vertex is 3, 2, and it goes through the point 13, 8. Okay. So we're going to have y equals something, and I don't know if a is positive or negative because I don't have any picture to draw from, so I really don't know, and I really don't care, okay? Then we're going to have x, and then insert your vertex. It's 3, 2, positive 3, positive 2, so we're going to put x, what, plus 3 or minus 3? Minus 3, then what? Careful, not plus 2. Squared. Don't forget the squared. Squared plus 2.
So
Again.
Hold up, that's a 4.
Did I say 2?
Yeah.
But I wrote 4. I have no idea
How
what
are we
4
supposed to know if it's y or x if we don't have a
What do you mean?
graph?
They're going to be, I believe, I'll look at it, I think everything in this section is all y equals.
Okay,
Okay.
so like,
Plus, I'll tell you what, the easy way you can tell here, it says y equals there for you.
okay, so on a test.
On a test, you won't have to worry about it.
Okay.
Okay? Right. Yeah, in all honesty, how would you be able to tell? You wouldn't be able to tell. You couldn't. Okay? All right, so again, I want to make sure you understand. How many parabolas out there have a vertex of 3, 2? An infinite number of them. There's an if I have the point 3, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. How many parabolas go through that? Well, there's one. There's one. There's one. There's one. There's an infinite number of them, okay? But I want the one that not only has a vertex of 3, 2, but goes through the point 13, 8. So that's an x value, that's a y value. Plug in 8 for y. Leave a alone. Plug in 13 for x. Minus 3 squared plus 2. Again, I want to make sure you understand. What calculating did I just do? What computation did I just do?
None. You
None.
plugged in.
I just plug stuff in. I didn't do any calculating yet. Now I'm going to. I am going to skip a step here. 13 minus 3 is 10. Squared is 100. Okay, is everybody cool with that?
Yep.
13 minus 3 is 10. Squared is 100. Okay. And I'm going to do this. 8 equals a times 100 is 100a. Then we subtract 2. What's up?
Would it be
Okay.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay. So 8 minus 2 is 6. Equals 100a. We divide by 100. Divide by 100. A equals 6 over 100. You should at least simplify that, okay? What goes into 6 and 100? 2 goes in 3 and 50 times, or you could make it a decimal. Now, I'll be honest, I think the computer will take either answer, either a decimal or a fraction. I don't think it would take 6/100 so because it simplifies, okay? I'm going to make it 0.06. 6 divided by 100 is 0.06. So again, I don't care if it's a fraction or a decimal as long as the fraction's simplified. And I don't think the computer cares either way. So we plug that in. So, did that parabola that we never drew open up or did it open down? Why?
Because it's
Positive. And that 0.6 makes it go up and it also makes it what? I'd say pretty fat because it's pretty small. 0.06 is a pretty small number. That's a pretty fat parabola. Okay? Now, hopefully that one seemed easier than the first one because we've already done one. It's literally the same question, though. 3 and 5 are the same question, different numbers.
You didn't write down the equation.
I plugged it in and then I circled it.
Oh.
Yep, I'm lazy. So number 7. 7, we have vertex of what? Now, people in the back that can't see this, if you're wondering, well, I'll tell you what. Let me give you this. The points they give you are 0, negative 24, and Negative 6, negative 12. Okay, people in the front can't answer this because they can see it. Which of those is the vertex?
Negative 6, negative 12.
Why do you say that?
Because it says it on the board.
Okay, because it's set on the board, right. That's what I'm getting at. If you're wondering, it needs to tell you which one the vertex is. Either one of them could have been the vertex, okay? But they told us it was negative 6, negative 12. They will say, here's the vertex, and this is just some other point, okay? All right,
I'm
so.
kind of sad now. I thought we were gonna get to learn something.
And I tell you what, that makes a huge difference, because if I gave you these 2 points right here, okay? If this was a vertex, what could you say about this parabola? It would have to open what?
Down.
It'd have to open down. It'd have to go like this. But if this was the vertex,
Have to go up.
it'd have to go up, okay? So, A will tell you, okay? People in the back, they couldn't have necessarily read it, but people in the front could see because they're closer. So, we put y equals A, and the vertex is negative 6, negative 12, so we're going to put x plus 6, then what, minus 12? Good. Don't forget the square. Okay? All right. And again, some people think, this is a square, big deal. It's a huge deal, okay? What if you'd got a test, and I handed your test, I graded it, I handed it back to you, and you thought you did great. You thought, man, I did really, really good, okay? And at the top of your test, I put 10%. What are you thinking?
Oh,
Yikes. And I go, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to put this. Does that make a big difference?
Yeah.
Makes a
please
huge
don't ever do
difference,
that.
okay? Your 10 turns into 100. You know, that square is huge. It's a little tiny number, but it makes a big, big difference.
My mom would go, why did your test say 10% square?
That's 100.
Okay, so then we still have to use this point.
Don't worry about it, Mom.
So our y value is negative 24. A is what we're trying to find out. X is 0 plus 6 squared. Take away 12. So we put it in vertex. And again, when do you use, I said it once today, I want to say it again. When do you use vertex form? When you know the vertex. If they give you the vertex, use vertex form. Okay, I'm going to skip a step here. Negative 24 equals A times 0 plus 6 is 6. Squared is 36. 0 plus 6 is 6. Squared is 36. I am going to show this step here. It's not really necessary, though. Negative 24 equals A times 36 is 36A. Take away 12. Add 12 to each side. A negative 24 and a positive 12 is a negative 12. Equals 36A. And we divide by 36. And be careful here. Some students get in a big hurry and they go, oh, I know 12 divided by 36 is 3. No, it's not. 36 divided by 12 is 3. 12 divided by 36, 12 goes in here once, 12 goes in here 3 times. So it's not 3, it's 1/3, negative 1/3. Okay, and then we plug that in. So without drawing that parabola, I know it opens down. That's our final answer. Negative 1/3, x plus 6 squared, take away 12. Okay. Let's look at number 9. Now, I will tell you this. I'm going to give you a heads up right now. You pretty much are going to have homework tomorrow, okay, on Wednesday, okay? We're only going to spend a day on this, one more day on this section, okay, on Thursday. So we're going to review Friday and Monday, take our test Tuesday, okay? So my goal is that you guys have a pretty good understanding of this, that you guys can do these things. Some of these, try to get as much done as you can tomorrow. I would say fill in all the evens that we skip over today, tomorrow, because then on Thursday we'll finish this thing up. Okay, now when you look at number 9, okay, I'm going to draw the picture here.
What did we just do on number 7?
They give us 3 points this time. They give you 3 points. And we have the point 2, 0, 4, 0. And the point 3, 4. Now, here's the deal. It looks like the vertex is 3, 4. It looks like it's 3, 4. Now, a little bit of review. And we have talked about this year. We haven't talked about it for a couple weeks. It looks like the vertex is 3, 4. Is there anybody out there that wants to say it definitely is 3, 4, or it definitely isn't 3, 4, or I'm not really sure? I mean, when you see that one intercept is 2, 0, the intercept is 4, 0, would the vertex be 3, 3, 4 sound reasonable? Why are you shaking your head yes?
It's like, lined up.
Well, that's okay. That's all right. Just anybody.
It's not.
It's what? What'd you say?
Or to be like in the middle of the whole.
What's the middle of 2 and 4?
3.
Close to 3 or exactly 3? Where do we find the vertex? It's always smack dab in the middle. Okay, right in the middle. Remember, what if the x-intercepts were 2 and 10? What would be the vertex? It'd have to be, what would the x value have to be if it was 2 and 10? How do you find the middle of 2 numbers? We'll divide what?
Multiply.
Don't multiply.
Oh,
Add them up,
and then divide by.
divide by 2. So if it was 10 and 2 would be 6. 6 something, okay? So it looks like it's 3, 4. Now, and it is, okay, because it's smack dab in the middle, okay? If this was the point 2.74, it wouldn't be the vertex, because 2.7 is not right in the middle of 2 and 4, okay? Now, here's the deal. We said this a few minutes ago. We use vertex form when we know the vertex. Do we know the vertex?
Yep.
Yes, we do. We could use vertex form, but it says use the intercept form, and the reason we're going to use intercept form, whatever that is, because that's what they told us to do, and that's what we're going to do. I said there was 2 types of problems. We've done one type about 3 or 4 times. We're going to do the other type, okay? They gave you, for intercept form, what it's going to look like is y equals a, and use your intercepts. Your intercepts are 2, so I'm going to write x minus 2. Remember, it's always the opposite. The other intercept is 4. X minus 4. That's intercept form. Now, before we go any further, just want to make sure you guys understand. That's vertex form. And I'm not trying to embarrass anybody here, but if you can't tell me the vertex within about 3 or 4 seconds, yikes. What will be the vertex of this parabola right here? Negative 8, negative 3. Okay? It's called intercept form because you should be able to look at it and just say, it's this. Okay? Opposite, same. Now, if I give you this, y equals 12, x plus 6, x minus 7, I don't know the vertex, but I do know the intercepts. The intercepts are negative 6 and positive 7. We did do this. It's been a while.
Well, that's 2 x's.
Huh? Right. If we multiply this out, though, x times x is x squared, and we have 2 x-intercepts. And how did we get those x-intercepts? What were the 2 words we used? Opposite. Ooh, not for intercepts. That's not what I did. Opposite what? Opposite? Opposite. For intercepts, it's opposite, opposite. Okay? So, that's what I did right here. Where did negative 2 come from? Positive 2. Where did negative 4 come from? Positive 4.
What's that number next to the 2?
Right here? 2, 0. Okay?
Does it matter which one you put? Because that-
No, doesn't matter. Just don't use this one, okay? And I'm not making fun here, okay? Some students, they wonder, well, how do you know which one the intercepts are? Intercepts are where it touches the x-axis, here and here. That's not an intercept, that's the vertex, okay? Now, again, could I have other parabolas that have vertexes, x-intercepts that are those?
So
Sure.
where'd you get the negative 2 from?
How did I get negative 2? One word.
Opposite.
Word negative, opposite, opposite.
Oh,
Okay. Yep, opposite, opposite. So what I want to point out, though, again, there's a lot of parabolas that can have these intercepts. I can go like this. That's a different parabola that has the same x-intercepts. Here's another parabola that has the same x-intercepts. So we got to find out what A is. We know something about A on the original problem. It's negative something, but we don't know negative what. Okay? What bit of information have we not used yet? That point. So, 3 is an x value. You said vertex, and you're not wrong. You don't have to have the vertex. You just need to have some other point. It just happens to be the vertex here. Okay, that's our x value. That's our y value. So we plug in 4 for y. What do we plug in for a?
Nothing.
Nothing. We don't know what a is. That's what we're trying to find out. And then what do I plug in for x? For which x? Both of them. 3 minus 1?
2. 2.
What's that? Was there a question?
3 minus
No. All you're plugging in, when you're plugging in, x is, when I say opposite, it's what you do to the x, like add on 2, subtract off 2. We're plugging in the value for x.
It's 3 minus 2.
Right. Oh, thanks. I was thinking 1, which is 1, and 3 minus 4. Question? Was there a hand over here?
I was gonna tell you.
Oh, tell me that. Okay.
You don't have to square it when there's 2 of them?
No. Vertex form. I think I said this the other day. Just please listen carefully, because I've got to know this, okay? I know we're behind a little bit because of the lockdown last year. You're either going to know this or not. Just if you're not going to say yes or no, shake your heads yes or no. You have no idea what I'm talking about. FOIL, does that sound familiar at all? You would know. FOIL.
No.
A little bit.
It sounds familiar, kind of, but.
I'm going to show you real quick.
Outside.
First outside, inside last.
Yeah.
If I give you something like this, x plus 5, x plus 2, and we're going to review this anyhow at a later date, okay? I just want to point out that why this is still a parabola, even though there's not a square there. When I FOIL this out, these are my 2 first terms. These are first. This is first, this is second. This is first, this is second. When you times x and x, you get x squared. The outers on the outsides, mark it as sheet, okay? This one and this one are on the outside. Why are they on the outside? Because they are, okay? For example, okay, I know everybody's in this room, okay? Are you on the inside or the outside of the room? I mean, everybody's in here, I get it.
Yeah.
Are you in the inner part of the room or the outer part of the room, would you say? Look around, are you on the outer, okay? Are you on the inner or the outer part? These people are on the inside. These people are on the outside because that's where they're at, okay? Look at these right here. Where are these, on the inside or the outside? They're outside. What's 2 times x? 2x. If these are on the inside, what are on the outside? I'm sorry, these are on the outside, what are on the inside?
5
Times them. 5x. And if these were first, what are last?
5.
5 and 2 times them. What's 5x and 2x? 7x. Is that a parabola?
Yep.
Why?
This is 2.
There's a square there, okay? It's a different form of it. Does that sort of, that's what FOIL is. If you're wondering, what the heck does he keep saying FOIL for? You guys know who Roy G. Biv is?
No.
Nobody knows who Roy G. Biv is? It's the rainbow. It's not a person. Red, orange, yellow. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Is that like an English sentence? What class does that belong in? English?
No.
It belongs in what?
Yeah.
Math class. Parentheses, exponents, multiply, divide, add, subtract. It's a way of remembering it. What is FOIL? First, outside, inside, last. Okay? So, does that bring back a little?
I don't think we went over it. I'm not gonna lie.
And this is, and I'm not mad. It's frustrating because I'm not saying you totally remember it, but I don't know how some of you guys can kind of remember it, and some of you totally, well, IOB, you probably weren't paying attention. So we will definitely talk about that more, definitely this year, okay? All right, so let's clean this thing up. So we have 4 equals a times 1 times negative 1. And negative 1 times 1 is negative 1 times a.
Where did we get the 1?
3 take away 2.
Oh.
And 3 take away 4. And then we divide by negative 1. We get a is negative 4. Does that sound reasonable that it's negative 4?
Yeah.
Why?
Goes down.
It's got to be negative something. We got one more last thing to do.
Wait, so why do we insert a in parentheses?
Well, because we're timesing. Negative 1 times 1 is negative 1 times a. It doesn't matter. Parentheses means we're timesing them all together. I should have done this. That easier? 1 times negative 1. And we divide by negative 1. So what's the last thing we got to do? Plug it in. And we're not going to, that is intercept form. That's intercept form. Now, again, they gave us the vertex, but they also gave you the intercept. So if they give you the vertex and the intercepts, which form do you use? It doesn't matter, okay? I wish they wouldn't have given you the vertex on this one. It doesn't matter, though. Now, if you're sitting there going, I don't quite get that, that's the first one. There's only 2 things in this section. That's the second thing. Let's look at number 11. Number 11. And again, they will tell you, and I will tell you on the test that we take next week, you know, I'll say, there'll be some that'll say, give me intercept form, some will say vertex form. So they give us, goes through 14.4, goes through the point 14.4. And all they tell us that it's a point, they don't tell us the vertex or not. And x-intercepts of 12 and negative 6. 12 and negative 6, okay? Now I tell you what, we've already talked about this today. They don't tell us that's the vertex. I want to hear somebody say it definitely is the vertex because, or it's definitely not the vertex because. The intercepts are 12 and negative 6. Is that definitely the vertex, or is that definitely not the vertex?
It's a vertex because they told us it was.
It doesn't say it's a vertex, it just says it goes through the point.
Well, then any of
Hmm?
them. Wait, does it say that I was?
These are the intercepts. They tell us those are the intercepts. They say, here's another point.
And that, yeah, that's the.
That has to be the other one, that has to be it, because the other ones are touching the x-intercepts, so it couldn't be the vertex.
So you're saying it is or is not the vertex?
No.
Why? Where do we?
It didn't say it was.
It's got to be not just between them. It's not even between them. Think about it. On a number line, here's 12, here's negative 6. The vertex has got to be in the middle. This is a 14. It's not even out in the middle. It's not even between them at all, okay? The vertex would have to have been what? What's halfway between 12 and negative 6? Careful, not 0. 3. How'd you get 3? Add them up, and you get 6, and divide by 2. So the vertex is 3 something, okay? Now, we're doing stuff that we don't have to know. I mean, you need to know it, but not for this particular problem, okay? What I'm getting at is this. This is not the vertex. It's just some other point. It's some other point on the parabola, okay? But these are the intercepts. So we definitely can't use vertex form because we don't know the vertex. We're going to use intercept form because we do know the intercepts. And remember, for intercepts, I want to make sure we have this down. For vertex form, it's opposite same. For intercept form, it's what? Opposite, opposite. Opposite, opposite, okay? So y equals a. The intercepts are 12, negative 6. So I'm going to put x what? Plus 12 or minus 12? Why? One word. Opposite. Don't put a square here. We're doing intercept form. Then I'm going to put, what's the very next thing I'm going to put? I'm going to be very picky here. What's the, no, not x. I'm being very picky here. Parenthesis. Then what? Then an x. Negative 6. So I'm going to put what? Plus 6. Okay. We've got to find out what a is. What have we ignored so far? 14.6.
Is there a reason we chose the bottom one just because it's got smaller numbers?
Chose what?
Is there a reason we chose those points?
Chose these points?
Yeah.
That's what they told us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was what they told us
Well,
that.
they also told us 14.4.
Say it again?
They also told us 14.4.
But that's not our x-intercept.
Right, yeah, they told us it goes through this point. And it's not the x-intercept because these are the x-intercepts. They told us that. Okay, and again, the whole thing with trying to find the vertex, I just wanted to point out, I was reviewing from a couple sections ago, is that I don't know what the vertex is. I still don't know what the vertex is other than it's, what did we say, it was 3 something? It's just, this is not the vertex, okay? They happened to give us the vertex last time. So what have we ignored again? 14.4. That's an x value and that's a y value. Now, Fosmore brought this up, I think it was him, he said, do we plug in the opposites? No. When you put it in that form, you put opposite, opposite. When you plug in values, you plug in the values for x and y. Don't plug in the opposites, plug in the values. So what do we plug in for y? 4. What do we plug in for a? Keep it a. What do I plug in for x? 14 for both x's. So 14 minus 12, 14 plus 6. Okay? Clean it up. 4 equals a times 2 times 20. 14 plus 6. Clean it up some more. 4 equals a times 2 times 20 is 40, so 40a. 2 times 20 is 40 times a is 40a. Divide by 40, and again, don't be in a big hurry. Students will go, oh, 4 divided by 40 is 10. No, it's not. It's 1/10, okay? Which I'm going to make it 0.1. Okay, you can make it, is the computer want 1/10 or 0.1? I don't know. I think it takes both. What's the last thing we gotta do?
Okay.
Plug it in. So is this parabola open up or is it open down? Up. Why? One word. It's positive. Okay, let's look at number 13. Okay, actually I lied, there was 3 things I just remembered.
Right.
Let's look at number 13.
How many
Okay.
questions are in this section?
There's like 22 or so total. Okay, number 13. It goes through negative 1872. And it has the x-intercepts of negative 16 and negative 2. Negative 16, negative 2. Okay. And again, you don't need to know this for this particular problem, but, I mean, you need to know this information for this chapter. They don't tell us that's a vertex. Is it? Is negative 18 positive 2? Why?
That's
Nine.
not
And it's not just supposed to be, it's not even between them. But if it was between them, is that okay? Is that good enough? Not just between them,
That's,
dead center, right in the middle of them, okay? So like, for example, is negative 15 between them? Is negative 15 between negative 2 and negative 16?
No.
It's not between them?
It
it
is.
is.
Oh.
Is it smack dab between them though?
No.
No. The middle of negative 2 and negative 16 is negative 9. It'd be negative 9 something, but we don't need to know that, okay? So, use intercept form. They give us intercepts. Let's use them. So y equals a times what? What's the very next thing I need to write? X. X plus 16, parenthesis, what? X plus 2. Okay. So, we need to find out what a is. Let's use this. We have not used this yet. What's our y value? 72. What's a?
No, we don't.
That's what we're trying to find. For both x's, we plug in negative 18 plus 16, negative 18 plus 2. Okay, if we clean this up, 72 equals a times negative 18 plus 16 is negative 2. Negative 18 plus 2 is negative 16. Negative 2 times negative 16, and don't screw this up here. Negative times a negative is a positive 32. And then we divide by 32. And this is not one that I expect you to know. Well, I'll tell you what. Does that simplify or not? 72 over 32. Did that fraction simplify? Yeah, I should be able to answer that. What definitely goes into it? Something definitely goes into both of them. Heard somebody say that. 2, okay. Is there a bigger, I think there's a bigger number than that. Anybody think of a bigger number than 2 that goes into both of those? 6 doesn't go into 32. 4 does. There's something bigger than 4 though. 8 does. 8 goes in 9 times. 8 goes in there 4 times. So 9/4. Or, if you want to make it a decimal, I don't care. If you just type in 72 divided by 32, it's 2.25. So, should you put 2.25 or 9/4 in? I don't care. And I don't think the computer cares. I don't think. Now that I say that, the computer's going to probably say it's wrong. Okay? Let's look at this real quick. Okay, 17. Let's look at number 19. Just a few more. So really, we've only done 2 things today. Vertex form and intercept form. Number 19. Okay, so write an equation of the parabola in intercept form. And the reason why, yeah, they're giving us, when you look at this picture, they give us both intercepts. Do they give us, does it look like this is the vertex?
No.
No, and it can't be. Because the intercepts are 0 and 4. The vertex has got to be what? What's right between 0 and 4? It's going to be 2 something. That's 3 something, okay? So we have intercepts. Now, also, we've not talked about this yet. I want to make sure you understand. When you look at this, it says 0, 0, and 4, 0, okay? The intercepts are the x values, okay? So what are my intercepts? 0 and 4, okay? 0 and 4. So the x-intercepts are 0 and 4. And it goes through the point 3, 2.25? Okay. All right. So, we're going to have y equals a. If the intercept's 0, what do I put x? Do I put x plus 0 or do I put x minus 0?
Don't matter.
It doesn't matter. I mean, think about it. What would Phoenix rather have? That I give him $0 or I take $0 from him? It doesn't matter. I just gave him $0. Oh, I just took $0. It's nothing's happening. Okay. So I'm gonna put x plus 0. If you want to put x minus 0, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Okay. And then if 4 is our x-intercept, I'm gonna put what, x plus 4?
No.
X minus 4.
Minus 4.
Okay. And again, if you're sitting there going, I don't understand why it's not x minus 0, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Okay. All right, so let's plug in 3 and 2.25. So 2.25 equals a times 3 plus 0, 3 minus 4. Let's clean this up. 2.25 equals a times 3 times 3 minus 4 is negative 1. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. So negative 3a. Last thing we do is divide by negative 3. And you can use calculators. If you take 2.25, split it 3 ways, it's negative 75 cents. Does that look reasonable that it's negative 0.75?
Yeah, it's going
It's
down.
going down, better be negative something. You do it and it's positive something, you need to stop and find out where your mistake is. Okay, that's as far, let's see, 23. Yeah, these are the ones we have, 23, 24, 26, 27. Okay, yep. So there's 3 things. I thought there was only 2 things. There's 3 things in this section. I can't stress enough, okay? You really need to work on these tomorrow, okay? Normally, I don't give you a whole lot of work, if any work, to do on Wednesdays, okay? You really need to fill in as many of these evens as you can tomorrow. And then we got to talk about the one last thing when we get to here on Thursday, okay? Because we're reviewing Friday and Monday and taking our test Tuesday, okay? All right, so you got the rest of the hour if you want to click on your answers.